You want to find a good book to read, then snap your fingers and follow me. At Black Girls Inc. will help you find that book, the perfect book for you to read. From black authors that look like you and me, here on Black Girls Inc. with Sister Goose and Sugar Mommy. Here on Black Girls Inc. Hey everybody! Welcome to Black Girls Inc. I'm your girl, Sister Goose, and I'm here with my lovely co-host, my mother,
Sugar Mama,
and we are Black Girls Inc. And I cannot wait for us to do our interview. Before we get started, I also want to remind everyone to don't forget, if you haven't already, to put your book in our Arthur's raffle.
Yes.
You can cash app us $10 to Black Girls Inc. 20 to get your book in the Arthur's raffle.
Yes.
It will be open until September 5th, which will give you a chance to win for your book to be read by our private book club. And we'll start advertising you until September 5th on our show, starting in June. And it's just a wonderful opportunity for Black authors. So make sure that you get your book in that Arthur's raffle with the KIkI 20. So today I'm super duper excited about who we are interviewing. Today I always like to call members like these the OG members, because they was with us since the beginning. Okay, when we started on the phone with the podcast. So today I'm super excited because we are going to be interviewing my pen sister, KIkI Jonnell. Everybody clap. Hey girl, hey.
Hey girl.
Welcome.
Hi.
Yes, I'm so excited to have you.
I'm excited
Welcome
to be
the
here.
show. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Yes. So you ready to get down to business, girl?
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
All right. So let's start off with telling everyone about wonderful. Please let them know the book title and what your book is about.
The old one or the new one?
We're going to start with the old one first. So tell everyone what your book title is and what it is about.
Yeah.
Well, Black Roses. And Black Roses is about the depth of the pain and resentment, pretty much stepping out of the darkness into the light, fighting demons, temptation, admitting your mistakes, accepting who you are, embracing the good with the bad, happy and sad, because you must take responsibility for your wrongs in order to move on. And at the end of the tunnel, there is always light that shines so bright. You must allow yourself to be angry, then forgive in order to move on. Take a bow, accept your roses, and exit the stage.
Yes! Yes, KIkI, yes!
I'm not with you today.
I have talked about you. What made you decide to write this book? Like, how did this book come to you? A poem.
Well, what made me write it was I was at a time in my life where nothing was going right, and I had to turn to my passion, which was writing. And once I began to write, I started to feel better because the book, poems would come to my mind throughout the day. I can be riding in the car and it's like it would pop in my mind. I would pull over and I would start writing immediately, beginning to end. So I had to get out all that pain, girl, so I could, get to the end of the tunnel.
I know that's right. We got to snap for that writing healing, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to ask you because I know this has been a wonderful journey with you, and I just love talking to you about your book. I'm sorry, y'all. This is my pen sister, so it's like really emotional and so what did you get from
Aw.
this journey? What did you get from this journey of writing this book? Like, what was the journey for you in the process?
The journey for me was pretty much taking all of that pain through the years that was bottling up and it was making me angry. I wasn't in a good place. And once I started to write, like I said, I started feeling better and better and better. It was at a really hard time when I was going through my second divorce, so things wasn't really looking too good for me, or so I
Right.
felt. So I
Right.
just started writing and writing and writing and writing. And it's like, once people started reading the book, they were telling me how my book was helping them. And then when it made top two on the bipolar list, I was like, whoa, for real? Like,
Ooh.
my book is really helping somebody when all I wanted to do was just write about those angry feelings and, how I felt like the world and everybody had wronged me. And it's like, I was mad, so I had to write it. But it was like all these other people, they were mad too. They was going through stuff too.
Right.
And I asked somebody, like, how do you find your audience? And I didn't know. And somebody was like, my editor, he was like, your audience will find you. And that was my
Right.
audience for that particular book,
They
was the
will find you.
bipolar audience.
Yes.
They will find you.
Because as I said, I read your book. I've been with KIkI in the beginning when she was starting this journey, and it's definitely a book to help people heal your poems and to see after all you've been through with each poem that you have written, that you have made it and you accept your
Yes.
roses and you're standing tall. You did not let it break you. Can I say that one more time?
Yes. Say
She
it.
did not let it break her. Okay?
Right.
Absolutely. You got to
Don't
keep
let it break
pushing. You
you.
got
Yeah.
to keep
So
going.
Yes.
yes. So who do you, because we all want everyone to read our book,
Right.
but if you had to choose like a particular person or if you had to say a particular moment in someone's life, like who would you say you would recommend this book to?
I would recommend this book to everybody that feels like nobody understands them. They feel like they're alone in the world. They lost their faith. Most importantly, that's the biggest reader, I would say, is that person that's lost their faith and feel like it's no end to, everything that
Yeah.
they're going through. This book is for you, because I had lost my faith when I wrote this book. I'm not even gonna lie to you, and I was
Mm,
raised in the church. So
It happens
yeah.
more often than not. It
Yes, it
happens.
does. And you got that. I get what you're saying. And I'll never forget. And I feel like your book is that message too. My grandma in the church, she
mhm.
told me that sometimes God has to break you to remake you and shape you in the way He wants to be. And it's called, she said, you are beautifully broken. And I couldn't understand. I'm like,
Absolutely.
what the heck is beautifully broken? If I'm broke, I'm broke. Like, but she represents, in my opinion, of someone who was beautifully broken that was being remade and reshaped to help other people with her releasing her pain in the pen as she wrote her book. So I believe that's your book. It's for the beautifully broken people.
Absolutely.
Yes. So what do you hope? Because I already know
You
you
know
got
I
some.
can't see you, right?
You can't see me?
No. It says I'm
I'm here.
backstage. It says I'm
I can see
backstage.
me.
You can see me?
I can see you.
Yeah, we see
Okay,
you.
good
Look,
then.
I
We're
can
good
see
then.
you.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, I can see you, and you still on my phone because you know I'm watching it for backup. So my next question for you is for the new readers, because I know you're gonna get some more readers.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I
What
hope
is
so.
your hope for the new readers that they will get after reading your book?
For Black Roses or White Roses?
Yes,
Which one?
for Black Roses. What is your hope for the ones that read this book?
Uh, Pretty much for Black Roses, my hope would be that it would lead them out of all that darkness. You know, it would help them to come to terms that, hey, I'm not the only person that went through this, because a lot of
Right.
times you think you are the only one that's going
Yes.
through some
Yeah.
of the things that you've gone through. You think you're the only one that's been abused. You think you're the only one that's been out there, you know, selling your body as a teenager. You think that you're the only one that's never going to find somebody to love you, or you know,
Mm,
living an alternative lifestyle. You know, like a lot of like it touches bases. It's a 1 hour read, but it touches a lot of bases because I wanted to get to the point, say what I had to say, and keep it moving. Like
That's
nobody
good.
has time to read an 8 hour book. Like it's an emergency sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes
Right.
I
That's
lay
yes,
in the
good.
book
I
and I
Got
read
to.
bed and read my
As a
book
good be.
sometimes. I'm not even gonna lie. And when I laid in the bed and read Black Roses, y'all, it made me feel so good. This book came out October. It was so crazy. This book was so crazy. I brought it out. Remember the book release party October on Halloween. So I
yes.
mean, really, you know, it had to be a harsh book, you know, coming out in a black evening gown. Like it was powerful. It was liberating. Like when I read this and saw how far I come, I was like, God, you are good.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
so that's where we at right now. This right here is for those that needs to get to the next stage. But I'm
Right.
past this, you know. I'm past this right now.
Yes.
That's good.
I totally agree. My next question for you, because we about to talk about this second book, but my next question for you, because it's going to be an author for a year, pretty soon, like faster than you know it. And
Right.
I wanted to know so
Right.
far, what do you love about being an author?
Oh man, that's the easiest question. Like in regular conversation, I could be talking to someone and they might ask me, like it's came up a few times, what was your biggest accomplishment? And I was like, publishing my book, because that was my dream. And they're like, oh my God. Oh my God. Like I just took copies of my book. When I told them about it at my job, they were like, oh my God, bring in some books. So yes, I had them at the car selling the book today. Get it while it's hot.
I
Right?
got you.
I was signing them and everything because it makes me feel good. Like this was my baby. So it's like I want to keep writing, keep encouraging people, because there's somebody, you know, every book isn't for everybody. That's why I love what you and Mother Goose do, because it connects the readers with the right book, with the right author, with the right message. You know, that's what it's about.
Right.
Yes. Oh my goodness. We're about to talk about the next book, but I can't move forward without saying from someone who has watched you from the beginning and go through the process, you know, with the editing and everything. And we was praying together and I got to see you do your book release and you getting it in the library, all that. Okay. She
Yes.
doing it, y'all. Okay. I just want to say we're so proud
Of
of
you.
you. We are
Thank
so proud of you.
you. Thank
We just
you.
have to say that. Like,
Snaps to you, girl.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you both.
yes, I'm so proud. I knew that this book was going to be a game changer because you shared your poems with us and It's very powerful. And I know
Thank
you probably remember
you.
when I told you your book's about to heal a lot of people.
You're right. You're right. And it did because
Your
it
book
was
healer.
a man, people from other countries was messaging me,
Nice,
emailing
thank
me,
you.
telling me my book helped them like somebody
That's
in a
what's
whole
up.
nother country. That was big for
You
me.
got
It was very
something?
humbling.
See, girl, I ain't gonna cry on your interview, Kiki.
Don't,
Okay.
don't.
All right. Now look, normally I would ask people what's next for them, give us some tea, but Kiki, she already ready to give us tea. Okay. Somebody who come
Yes,
ready to give us
girl.
some
I
tea.
have that
So
tea for
Kiki,
you. Yes.
yes. So
Let me get that
what
plug. I gotta come my
go
plug.
ahead and tell everybody what's next for you.
Well, what's next for me is white roses.
All right. She had the
White
black and now here
roses,
come the
girl.
white.
Yes. Can you tell everyone what Right Roses will be about?
White roses will be about finding your faith, the stepping out of the darkness into the light, and it pretty much takes you on a journey with me from out of that darkness into the light. So if you're in the darkness with black roses and you read that and you were in the dark, like now I'm taking your hand and leading you to the light and giving you that. And it's like, I'm not even gonna lie, I struggled to write roses at first. I had to look, when I tell you I struggled, I had to get COVID. I had to be in the house quarantine in the bed for 15 days because I
Oh
wasn't
wow.
going to write something that wasn't in my heart to write. I didn't know what happiness was. So it literally took me 6 months to write white roses when it took me like a matter of weeks to write black roses. So it put everything in perspective. Me being in a bed sick, it takes you to that point of being thankful for waking up and seeing them blessings and, seeing how you're interacting with your brothers and your sisters that's here in the world. Like it's self-reflection. It's a lot of
What you
self-reflection in
doing?
white roses.
Yes. Yes. Come on, so yes. We are so proud of you. I mean,
Thank you.
what I love about you, Kiki, is even when you started with Black Roses, this was already a part of your mission. It was just a state of wind, honey. Okay? Because White
Absolutely.
Roses was already coming. I love how you already had a plan. Like, okay, book number one's coming out. I'm not playing for book number two. And look at
What?
you. You about to do it within a year. Come on now.
Yeah.
Sometimes it take
Yeah.
authors like 2, 3, 4 years
Yeah.
before they
I
make their next book. And look at you.
I had to write it as it was coming to me. I had to hit it as and
Right.
I'm not even gonna say the thoughts as God was giving the experiences to me because I write off experiences. I was getting those feelings. I was getting everything that I needed, and then the icing on the cake was when my life changed dramatically. Like my career changed, the way that I navigate through just life in general. It changed.
Mm-hmm.
Like I started to own who I was. Like I started to be like, you know what, this is who I am.
Yeah.
Like it's fine. I can still be a Christian. It's just God can judge me for that, but at the end of the day, this is who I am. Accept me, or you can keep it moving because I know I'm good with them. We talk on the regular, we cool.
I'm gonna snap to that.
I totally agree. So you're still in the process of doing this book, but it will be coming soon, everyone. But I just want to know for White Roses, now what are you hoping that you're going to be able to give your readers in this book? What do you hope they get from this book?
Well, what I'm hoping they get from this book is transparency. They get light. This is really light. Light get your faith back, get you back, love you first before
Right.
you look for
That's good.
anybody else to love you. This is all
Mm-hmm.
about self-reflection, acknowledging who you really are and the
Right.
things that need to be worked on. You work on them. You do that journey with you before you ask somebody else to love you. Love yourself,
Right.
I love that. KIkI, you are the type of author that is a self-healing author, a reflection of yourself, you reflect on yourself, accept yourself. Like, I mean, the
Right.
power of the pen that you got, girl. You speaking life into people with your ink.
Mm-hmm.
I have
Go ahead,
to.
KK.
I have to.
You got that.
Yes. I have to ask you as an author, because another thing that I really admire about you is with these poems, you've been sharing your story. A lot of people have a hard time sharing their story. How did you find the courage to share your stories and be open and say, this is me, this is all of me, and I'm sharing it with you?
It's a testimony. That's it. It's a testimony. It's a testimony. That's all I can really say about that. That's what makes it so easy to tell, because it's somebody out there that needs to know that I went through it too. It's okay. It's fine, but you pick yourself up and you continue
Yeah.
to go, because it's like God is watching you. You have people watching over you. Like, everything is
Right.
okay. You just have to do what you need to do. And that's if it means you know, dealing with people a certain way, because I used to would just kick people out of my life. So now, opposed to doing that, which was a Black Roses, part of me was picking people out of my life. It's like I figure out how to deal with that person. For example,
Yeah.
people are who they are. A
Right.
wise person told me, just accept them, and you know how to deal with them if you know how they are. Don't set your expectations so high, because it's like,
Right.
Yes.
God forgave us, so you cannot forgive someone for just being who they are. That's who they are. That's embedded in them. Maybe they just can't help it. Trust me, I know I have them ways, girl. I know. I'm me, but I'm a better me. I'm not perfect, but I'm a better me than I was when we interviewed that first time, and I was talking to you and Mother Goose about Black Roses. I'm in a way better spot right now.
That's
Yeah.
see.
Look at you.
See
Look at
that. See
you.
that.
We proud of you.
Won't he do it?
We proud of
Thank
you.
you. Yeah, he
Yes.
will every time. Even when you lose faith, he's still there. Like, look, I'm here. You ready to come home now? You done been through enough with the devil. Come on
Right.
back home. Come on. So it's like, girl, when I tell y'all, I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed. That's all I can say about that. White Roses, it just was so freely, it just flows so freely. It wasn't stuff that I was making up in my mind. It was stuff that was in my heart that I wrote,
Mm.
from my pen, from my heart to my pen to the paper.
I
That's
Mm-hmm.
it.
love that. So I'm
Yeah.
excited because it's like what I'm hearing is now we get to, in this White Roses book, we're going to get to see the difference of what it's like
Yeah.
reading your work of being set free from. That's what I'm
Right.
excited about. So now we get that set free voice.
Right. Right.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Give us some snaps for the
Right.
set free.
Yeah. Set them
Yeah.
free too.
Right.
Right, girl.
Okay.
Snap, snap.
Right. Right.
So, what are other things that you may be involved in, or other things that you do other than just writing that you want people to know about you?
Well, right now I am doing catering stuff. I'm a manager at my job. I'm the catering manager, as a matter of fact. Then that was something I had never done. It was a new
Right.
experience, and it's just, it hit the ground running. Like, people just it's just crazy the way that it happened. Like, you know what I was doing. I was a business owner, but from getting sick with COVID, I really couldn't do that. I got vaccinated and
Yeah.
because like I said, I was looking at the world through new eyes. So I'm like, you know what? Let me try doing something I want to do. So I, ended the business and, it was an opportunity. I worked from the ground up and because I wanted to be
Yes.
around people. And next thing you know, boom, I'm the catering manager. I'm like, me? You want me to be the catering manager?
Look at
So
that.
that was pretty cool. So I mean, I do that. I write. I'm working on basically a publishing company. So that's gonna be a
Oh,
really big thing for me, and it's gonna be small. And what brought about the publishing company was just the fact that I seen some things that I really didn't care too much for. So you know what they say: if you don't
yes.
like something, change it. So I don't
Right?
like some people being overpriced, and that's their dream. Because I never told you, but how I ended up doing it myself was somebody tried to get over on me. So, I was just, I'm going to
Hmm.
show you, I'll do it myself. And so at that point, I found me an editor. I found somebody to do my cover. And, let's just say, I feel like the publishing company would be pretty good for what I want to use it for. I really want to use it to help people fulfill their dreams because I'm good. I have a job. It would be great to be rich, but this is my passion and this is somebody else's passion. That's their dream. That's on their bucket list. So I want to help them do that.
Right.
Yes. I'm excited because I know you, and once you set your mind to something, you gonna do it. It's all in the time of when. So
You gotta
Yeah.
do it. Like I want, my company to be on a book and, for me to be affordable for these new authors because it's like if you're new, you don't know that this amount is too much or that amount is too much. All you know is
exactly.
you want to follow your passion. You know, I don't want you to sign no
Listen,
contract, especially if your book is boot. Just write the book. Let's just get it out, and boom, boom, boom. I'm doing payment plans and everything. It's
There
like
you
we
go.
we gonna work with you. We taking EBT. Like, girl, I'm open minded.
She said, we gonna take that EBT. We need food too. I
Yes,
know that's
girl.
right.
Yes.
I know that's
What's
right.
your PIN number?
Yes.
yes.
Yeah, let me stop being silly, but it's somebody's dream, just like it was my dream, it was your dream, like it's a lot
All
of
y'all get
people's
on my
dreams.
Yes, I agree. So before we do our special Arthur's Page moment, I want to know, what do you want the readers to know about you as a person? What do you want them to know about you?
Well, it's really, if you want to know about me, this is the easiest way. Go ahead, go out or go on Amazon, pull up Kendra Janelle. The cover looks like this. You can get Black Roses. Everything you need to know about me is in that. Then in July you can get White Roses and that's just everything.
He
I put
said,
it on the pages.
relax.
I put it on the pages. That's it. Simple. I like things to be simple, simple.
Yes.
She
Look,
said, she said, go to
girl,
the book. That's right.
that
You
was
right.
the best answer I think we ever got.
It's me. Every
That's it.
poem
It
is
looked like,
every
Go to
experience
the book.
I went through.
Yes.
Every poem is an experience. It's not me making up stuff. Like it's for
yes,
real.
yes. My goodness, that was a good answer.
She
Like,
said, go to
It's
the
the
I
book and read.
know.
truth.
Give
That's
me
where
some
you find
snaps for
out.
that again.
She said, go to the book and read. I tell you right
Yes,
You
now.
know,
go get
that's
that
the
book.
first
I
time
have
for
to tell
everything.
you, go read it. Go read
Yeah,
it.
you heard what she said, y'all. You want to know that answer? Go read the book because
Yeah.
look, she leave it all on the page.
And it's cheap. And when I tell you it wasn't even for money, it's five. I have it right now at $5.99. Can so it's not like it wasn't for that. I just wanted somebody to want to read my book, like, cool, read the book.
Yes, girl. Yes. Okay, so we are about to do a new segment that we've been starting on Black Girls Inc.
Mhm.
that we have that's called the Arthur's Page, where we will have Arthur read a page or two from their book, and Miss Kiki's in Miss Kiki's version, sorry, she will be reading a poem from Black Roses and White Roses to give us a little teaser from that too. So whenever you're ready, go ahead and start. You have the floor.
All right, you know where we gonna go with this. We just gonna start with Black Roses.
Okay.
Flowers filled the room of each color. One stood out the most. I smiled, bending down to the ground. I was amazed by what I found. It was beautifully wrapped with a white ribbon, neatly tied, surrounded by thorns. A dozen black roses. I picked them up, admiring each and every one. As I put them to my nose, a thorn was exposed. I felt the dripping of blood as it rained on my toes. The pain was only a second. Putting the roses back to my nose, I smelled multiple aromas. Trying to recognize the scents, I closed my eyes so I could focus. A tear falls. I take in it all. I recognize the smell of shamefulness flashing back to a young girl, alone in the world on a stage, surrounded by rage. Thrown on the stage, she's free in her mind, she's in a cage. Insecure at such a young age, her dark skin is to blame. Told instead of having fun in the sun, stay out the sun. The tears begin to drop. The next smell is abandonment. Looking down at the front row, the man in front begins to frown. On the stage alone, no one else is around. Not sure what I'm supposed to do. I needed you. I was a child. The moment the tears began to stream, I was transformed into some type of dream. I lean on the wall, taking in it all. The strong smell of shame almost knocked me to the ground. I'm not proud. I braced myself, or at least what's left. A young girl grew into a troubled young adult. The audience screams, "Get off the stage." They call me names. She remembers nights with no lights, midnight fights, obscene sights, going to school bummy. She was thought of as a dummy. Picked on so bad it made her sad. No dad around to pick her up off the ground, turning the frown upside down into a smile. On the ground, a grown man found a 15-year-old. He sold her body. It took time. She did whatever for that dime. The time came when she met a stranger, not worried whether or not she was in danger. She had nothing to lose other than her life. She didn't think twice. She rolled the dice, crying uncontrollably. One last sniff. I smelled the strongest smell as I slid down the wall to the floor. Flowers still to my nose. I smelled the death of that girl. I wipe my tears, regaining my composure. I stand up, hold my bouquet of black roses properly, and go back on stage. I take a bow. All the way in the back, I start to see people clap. They stand up, all holding up black roses. I exit the stage with my black roses. I toss them in the trash can as I walk by, never looking back to those black roses. Black
Beautiful.
roses.
Beautiful.
Yes,
That was beautiful.
that was beautiful.
Thank
Beautiful.
Oh
you.
my goodness. Oh my goodness. And you know what? I heard you read your work before, but that was different.
Yes.
It was different.
Because that's not me anymore. So I can
I
read it
was
with confidence.
You I couldn't tell. You gave it the feeling it was supposed to
Yeah,
have.
it
So
did. It was good.
look,
Thank
so now we're
you.
gonna let her read a piece from White Roses. We're gonna take herself off the screen and let you take the stage, girl.
All right. This one, White Roses, is called I'm Not the Woman I Used to Be. I'm not the woman I used to be. I look at myself proud of the woman I've become to be. My story has unfolded through the years, no shortage of tears. I traveled my road, holding on to the knowledge and wisdom I was told, not knowing those words would be worth more than gold. At times I wandered the world feeling alone. Those days are gone. No more confessions of a wife. I reconstructed my life. It took twice. A third time I rolled the dice. It was actually nice. I remembered thinking I no longer wish I could forget. Those are the memories that make me who I am. I accepted my black roses and exited the stage, appearing back with my life on track, barely escaping the pits of hell where the demons dwell. I resume, I risen to the occasion, rather quite well. No longer contemplating death, I'm more concerned about acquiring wealth. I'm not the woman I used to be. I look at myself proud of the woman I've become to be. No more shaking ass for cash, living fast, no more seeing ghosts from my past. Running life's race, it doesn't matter if you finish first or last. All that matters is you finish your individual race. When you when you do, you have no problem looking yourself in the face, something that can't be replaced. I carefully retraced the steps to my happiness I had lost. I found my rainbow with my pot of gold, so much love that my heart could barely hold. I discovered the dreams and drank from the streams of knowledge that abolished the ignorance of self hate. I then ate from the plate of wisdom. I could hardly wait. With my belly full of butterflies, I look up at the bright blue skies. I can't help but smile. The sun shines so bright. I realize at that moment you can never have too much light. I'm not the woman I used to be. I look at myself proud of the woman I've become to be.
Yeah.
Yes!
It had a different feel
I
too. It had a different feel.
loved it.
I got
I loved it.
Had a different feel.
And I noticed from a reader from the other that she used some black roses in there.
You said what?
I said I love it, and as the reader who read Black Roses, I noticed that you used some things from in there to show
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
transitioned from that. I was
Yes.
like, okay,
That
no
was
more
the
confessions
first
of the
poem
wife.
that I wrote of White Roses. I sat and I wrote that poem at work one night because I was like, okay, White Roses needs an introductory poem, you know. So that was what happened.
Well, that perfect one. That's the perfect one to do it with.
Thank you.
I love that. Look, give her a hand one more time.
Yeah.
Thank you, ladies.
Yes, thank you for
It
doing
had a
the
different
Arthur
feel too. It
stage,
really did
didn't
have a
it?
different feel. It had a different feel.
It
Thank
did.
you.
Like, I
That's all
love
I liked
that.
the
Oh
second
my
one. I
Thank
did.
goodness.
you. Thank you. I love y'all.
Yes, look,
Me
we love
too.
you too. That was
Thank
really
Yeah.
good, and we ain't just saying it to say it, girl. It was good.
Thank you.
It wasn't. We would call that. We would just be
I
like, good
know. I
job.
know. I know.
Well, it's my mama's favorite time of the show. Before we go, tell her, mom.
Tea time.
Tea
Ooh, tea
time.
time.
Yes, tea time is where we take the author's book and we use their title or a phrase or a moment from their book or even a character or take a moment that they use in the book and bring it to life and turn it into a topic that we talk about. So Kiki, you ready to tea time with us for the second time, but this time
Yes,
live?
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, yes. Let's tea time.
Yes. So tonight, our tea time question. I loved it so much when we did it the first time. I thought we need to do it the second time for the ones who missed the first round. We're gonna do it again. Okay.
The ones who missed it.
Yes. So our tea time question is, what is your black rose moment in your life? And for those who watch the replay and be like, well, I don't know how to answer that question, a black rose moment is just accepting something that might have been meant bad, God turned out good. And it's something that you learn to grow from or to accept. So that is what your black roses is for those who want to get in on this question. There you
Mm-hmm.
go. That's how you answer it. So, Sugar Mama, do you want to go first on your black
Yes,
roses
I can.
moment?
Yes, I can. My black rose moment is when I had a stroke. I had a major stroke that took on my whole left side. I could not walk
Oh,
or talk.
no.
I had to learn how to do those things again. And so at first, I was devastated because I couldn't work anymore. I woke up,
Mm.
I couldn't do it. But then
Wow.
that moment, I was upset about it. And after I started getting better, I couldn't work anymore. But then
Mm,
because I had to retire because of that, I got to see my three
mm,
grandchildren be.
Yes,
I got to be there when they were born. When I know if I would have been working, I wouldn't have been there. So not work. But I was
that's a
able to
good
be
one.
there. I was there for that. So yeah,
Well, Mom, there go your black rose. Then you learn to accept that.
I did.
There
But
you go.
it was hard though at first. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Yeah.
Go ahead, Mama.
I know that's right. You here for a reason, Mother Goose.
Yes, Mama.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Kiki, you want me to go or you want to go?
It's up to you.
All right, I'll go because we're gonna save the best for last,
Yeah.
which is Miss
I
Kiki.
wouldn't say that.
So for me, my Black Rose moment, it happened recently, is definitely accepting that I'm a person who likes to play with my imagination and not, being so ashamed of it. For a long time, I just felt weird and ashamed because I'm like, I'm a grown person. Why do I still want to play as characters and stuff? Like, girl, get your life. You grown now. But when I learned how to accept my roles and accept all of me, God
Mhm,
has used that as a gift to bring my characters to life. And
mhm,
I get to let people in my world and play with characters.
mhm. Yep,
So it wasn't like I thought it was.
Mm-hmm.
So
yep.
that, that black rose became something beautiful for
Right.
me.
Right.
And I'm
Mhm.
accepting my
Absolutely.
bouquet. So that's my black rose moment. So, Miss Kiki, what is yours?
Well, my Black Rose moment was my second divorce. Um, I thought that was going to be it. We had big plans and everything just took turn for the worse. He pretty much decided he didn't want to be a husband anymore. And at that point, I was on the verge of a nervous breakdown, and that was my Black Roses moment. That was when I had to really evaluate everything about my life and take
Mm-hmm.
accountability and realize that it's okay. It took me 3 years to heal from that. 3 years later, I was able to be an adult about it and be like, you know what, we've been separated. Let's just go our separate ways. I wish you the best, happiness, blessings, all of that good
Right.
stuff. Where before I just couldn't phantom, like if he was on fire spitting on him, like, no, I wouldn't, burn up. But it's like it feels good to be to that point. That's
Right.
something you really now I see what they mean when they say you have to forgive that person.
Right.
And that goes right back to God. If we want him to forgive us, we got to forgive people for what they did as well as what we did as well. Because I did some stuff too. So I wouldn't even really say it was a Black Rose moment then, but now it's a blessing in my life. I learned from that experience and I moved on. We're on White
Yes.
Roses
Right.
And
Right.
yes, and the best part is, out of all the moments when we finally decided to accept them black roses, God turned it into a white rose for us.
now.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Hey, hey, hey. I know some of y'all missed that. I said, okay,
Right.
that when you accept that white rose,
Rose, the white one.
God will touch it and turn it into a white rose
White
for your
rose,
baby.
girl, white rose.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm going to give KIkI a moment to let everyone know where you can go and purchase her book, her platform, whatever she wants y'all to know, so you can go follow her. So the floor is yours, girl. Let us know where we can get these books and everything else. Go ahead.
Right.
Well, you can go on Amazon and you can find me under KIkI Jonnell. The book will pop up. It'll look like this. And on Facebook, I am KIkI Jonnell, KIkI Jonnell. White Roses will actually be out my birthday, July the 13th. And
Oh,
That's her
we're going
birthday too.
hopefully Red Roses is gonna come. That's the love book right there. Now that's that book you read when you want to have a baby. I'm gonna hook that up
What's
too.
that, Red Rose?
Yes, she
That's
Oh,
gonna be
did.
the
yeah.
third
Oh,
one.
yeah.
I want it to be a series.
Wow. And
She
you
gave
know,
y'all some tea right there. Did
she
you miss
gave
that?
us some
She
tea
just missed it. I know she meant
towards
to
the
give
end of
you
the
that.
show.
Yeah, I
I
know she
got
meant
that.
to give you
Black,
that.
white, and red. That's series complete.
Woo.
Oh, that's good.
Shoot, before I know it, she gonna come out with blue and purple or something. Watch. Look.
I
Go
know. I
ahead,
was thinking
KIkI.
about red, white, and blue, girl, because I was a little bit distraught, about everything going on in the world. So,
Royalty.
but that's just it was too heavy on my heart. White roses.
Yeah. I love that. I love how you sneak some tea for us at the end. She said, because she gonna get red roses in the making.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
But my birthday is July 13th too.
Yep, y'all birthday twins.
Stop
So we ain't gonna forget your
playing.
book release date.
Mine's to July 13th.
Well, I know what to get her for her birthday. The white roses.
Wow.
Red. She said red.
No, she working on red.
Yeah, I'm working on red.
Look, my mom had said she got the red too.
Okay. Babies ain't coming
Yep,
to me.
I'm working on that red.
Okay. Well, we are so excited for you.
Thank you.
Okay. I cannot wait for White Roses to come out. You know we're gonna get it.
Let's
And
do
I'm gonna have
it.
to order it from you so I can get me a signed copy. I need a signed copy.
Yeah.
I got you. I got you. I got you. I know
Alright.
things happen with Black Roses, but I got you. I got you.
Right,
Yes.
right.
I was so distraught. I'm sorry. I got you.
Well, girl, I'm worried. I'm gonna get a copy.
It's in our library.
Yes, and we definitely have to have you come back on one day to be a part of one of our panels.
Absolutely.
panels as
Absolutely.
well.
Yes.
Yes, so one day we will have you come back. And I'm so excited, girl, because once you get to that book number 3, you got 2 more books, and
Oh,
you're gonna be a book queen.
A
You
book.
already at OG.
Yes.
What's queen next now?
I think you might be one of the first person that we'll
Grew
get
with us
to
from the beginning.
see that grew with
Right.
us
That would be
from the
amazing.
beginning,
That
and
would
we
be
get to do a
amazing.
book queen
Just
when you
with
hit
that
that 5
growth,
mark.
that growth. That's I would.
Right.
I wouldn't. I can't imagine doing that growth with anybody else. Because y'all
Yeah,
was there from
That's
the
what's up
beginning.
now.
girl,
What's up?
we gonna have a party. Look, when I'm telling y'all right now, when she hit that 5 book mark, we gonna have a party on Black Girls Inc.
All right.
All right. All right.
We gonna have a
I'm
party.
going-
We're gonna do
all
a book
right
release
now. I'm
party.
holding you to
Book
it.
release
Hold
party.
me to it. When that book number 5 is published,
All right. I got you.
we gonna do
You
it.
heard about a
Let's
book club,
do
right?
it.
Yeah.
Club.
Yes. So everyone, make sure you go support our pen sister, Kendra Jonnell. Go get her book, Black Roses. Make sure that you get yourself ready for July 13th for White Roses.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you go purchase that. And we're going to remind you when it drops on our page. We're going to remind y'all when it comes out so you can go
I'm
purchase
so
it.
excited.
Yeah,
birthday back on my birthday.
I'm gonna get you one. I got you.
Yep.
Look, she said she already know it's on her birthday,
Send you
which I
one for
got you,
your
mama.
birthday. I'm gonna send you one for your birthday, sugar mama.
Thank you.
Y'all been there, so I got y'all. I'm serious.
All right.
I'm so excited for
I know. I
you.
had to read
I
it.
got y'all. I got y'all. Y'all been there from day one. So, and I just feel the goodness from y'all. Like y'all got a good spirit. You can feel somebody's spirit. Like you have a good spirit. So we need that energy to keep going. So I'm gonna support you too because I see
Yes.
your show, your sketch show, and it's funny, girl. It's funny. I've been watching it.
Thank you. I love you, girl. You know how me
Love
and
you
you, we
too.
support each other. Yes, we support each other, and I will always be supporting you. And I'm always watching too. So you keep on going, Kiki.
Yeah.
We are so proud of you. Keep writing, girl, because you got so many people to heal, so many people
Right.
to teach how to get.
Yeah.
You got to. I can't wait to see
Right. I
within
got
5 years
you.
what you do. Yes. So everybody, make sure you go support our pen sister, KIkI Jonnell. Go ahead and show them your book cover one more time, sister. Tell them the title.
Black Roses.
Yes. Go get your copy, and I'm going to make sure that she put the book link in the comments for y'all after we're done with this episode, so y'all can just click it and go straight there. So you ain't got to be like, I can't find it. Well, we gonna help you. We gonna put that link in the comments.
You said we gonna help you. All right. Yeah, we gonna
Okay,
help
so
you.
find it. Yes. Well, it's that time, Mama.
I know. It's always so sad.
I know.
Nuggets has been so good.
It really was.
Yes,
Well,
it was
everybody.
great. Thank y'all.
Yes, and thank you for coming here and spending time with us.
And
We really
dropping that good
appreciate it.
tea. Dropping that good tea.
Right? She gave us good tea.
She did.
Woo! All right, everybody. I'm your girl, Sister Goose.
And I'm Sugar Mama.
And this is KIkI Jonnell. Make sure you go and get her book, Black Roses, and support our Black Girls Inc. member. And we are Black Girls Inc. Snap you later.